Hello everyone. I'm actually a little bit early. Wow. Is anyone there? Are you all with me today? It's very warm in here, I have to warn you. So I'm sorry if you can hear the droning, but I've had to put the air conditioning on. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes just for everyone to tune in and join me. Hi Caroline. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. I'm just making sure I've not got anything in my teeth. I'm just to very quickly have some lunch so that my stomach wasn't growling all the way through. Hello, Jacqueline. Thank you for joining me. I'm injured today. I think I've got tendonitis. So, oh, and you're all here. Valerie, Paula, Nona, hello. Nice to see you all, ladies. Thank you for joining me. So, and Linda's here. Yay. Hi, Linda. So Linda is very clever and uses SVG files. So if you see some of our SVG things, Linda actually tests those out for us with Natalie. So she's very clever with her cutting machines. So I hope you're all okay. Is everyone recovered? Oh, I need to switch the phone off before I start. Bear with. Don't need that going off in the middle of our crafty session, do we? It's been ringing off the hook today. Oh, hi Tracy. Thanks for joining me. I can hear you all clicking through. So you all recovered from the Jubilee. It was great, wasn't it? Marmalade sandwiches, who knew? It was so funny. I just thought it was hilarious. I love her. She's just like your grandma, isn't she? She just like, oh, she just makes my heart pound in my chest because she's just like your grandma. And I think if you don't have a grandma anymore as well, I think she's even, I don't know, she's even more special, I think. But I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a great weekend. Of course, I was on Create and Craft up against Trooping the Colour. So, but you know, thank you to everyone that actually did tune in and order. And a lot of you that weren't tuned in actually did order over the weekend and watched over the weekend, I think, in between. So thank you so much. So where are we? 2 minutes past. Let's just wait another minute. We'll have another little minute. So I'm feeling a little bit kind of chilled out today. I had a bit of a sugar overload this morning. I'm not going to lie. I ate a load of minstrels way too quickly. And I thought I was going to pass out with all the sugar hit off. Can't do sugar anymore. I do, but it's not good for you, is it? And it's boiling hot in here. So, and I've ridiculously come in a jumper today, as you do. It's that kind of weather, isn't it, where you don't know what to wear and changes. I get up in the morning, it's freezing. By lunchtime, it's like being in an oven. Wendy's here. Hi, Wendy. So I am a little bit injured after the show. I'm not injured. I think I have tendonitis, and unfortunately, it's in my right hand. And unfortunately, it's actually my drawing hand as well, which is not great. So I was going to not actually do today just to give my hand a break. But I'm going to soldier on like the Queen would, wouldn't she? She'd just soldier on anyway. So the Queen has shamed me into carrying on. But I'm going to have to leave this brace on just to sort of give me a bit of stability in my thumb. So bear with me. I might not be able to, I've kind of prepped. There was a couple of things that I didn't get around to actually showing you on the Create and Craft TV shows. So I'm kind of going to finish those demos off. If you didn't see the shows, I have actually uploaded, recorded the, you can't kind of download it, can you? So I actually streamed it onto my phone over the weekend, and then I've actually edited the first show. So I've taken all of the how can I put it? All of the stuff we don't need out. So there's only the first demo on there because for some reason my video cut off after that. But if you go onto the front page of the website or go onto the YouTube channel, it's actually there, and I've taken all the blab from me off. So it's just literally the project. So if you really loved that first demo that I did, and I'll show you it. I think I've got the card with me here. I've got all the samples from the show with me. I'm a little bit disorganized today because time's got away from me. I got caught up in something. But I'll try and show you it so you can see it. But it's basically the full tutorial with none of the background noise or anything. And I've just kind of written instructions on the screen so you can literally pause it and follow the instructions. There's a full recipe list and everything, so it's there. So like I say, that's on YouTube. I've emailed it out. If you're a newsletter subscriber, I've actually emailed it to you today in an email, and also it's on the homepage of the website too. So it kind of cut everything else out that you don't need. And I'm trying to do that with the others, but it's just a nightmare getting videos, to be honest. So the demos that I'm going to do are kind of quite simple ones today, but hopefully I might be able to get two in. So let's make a start, shall we? So I am using the Blooming Blossoms, which is the brand new release. Let me just switch the camera over. Hopefully it's going to work. Oh, unbelievable. I don't know why it does this. It's just ridiculous. Apologies, bear with me. Oh, it's because I haven't switched the camera on. Oh no, it is. What the hell? Just bear with me. Just takes a minute. There we go. Honestly, it drives me insane. So we are using the Blooming Blossom stamps, and I don't actually have the main packs, so I do apologise. These look a little bit messy, and I'm kind of going to go. I think I'll probably repeat not repeat, but maybe repeat some of the techniques that I was doing last weekend, because I really liked some of the demos that I did. I've got into as you could tell on the shows if you watched, I got into using my masking film. So excuse the fact that I'm having to use stamps here, but hopefully you'll be able to see them in case you haven't. So this is the Blooming Blossoms collection. So these are 4 A2 or A6 stamps, whichever, depending on your location. And you can see these are quite nice big stamps. So these are a statement that are going to basically fill a card. You're not going to need a lot else with these. On the website, there's an amazing deal on these on the website, because we've actually had to put our stamp prices up because of everything going on in the world. Prices for absolutely everything have gone up now. And, you know, over the years, we've never really put our prices up, but we've had to. So they have all gone up a bit this year, unfortunately. I'm sorry. You know, you try and keep things as low as you can for as long as you can, but it's just one of those necessary things. But there is the same deal that we had on Create and Craft is actually available on the website. And if you've not opened your emails, but you are actually a VIP subscriber in the VIP club, as we say, you'll find an email from yesterday, which if you haven't already purchased these, you need to actually have a look at. So I'm going to flick through some samples here. You have to bear with me because I actually haven't been through these, and they're actually all mixed up from the show. So I do apologise. I think you've probably, if you watch this show, you probably saw quite a lot of them anyway. But I'm going to take you through, and we might be able to have a bit of a closer look at some of them, and credit the girls because they did an amazing job. So I absolutely love this. So this is just a craft tag, And then this is Jane, and she's used the Thinking of You stamp. And all she's done is heat emboss this in white, and then she's just used, it looks like it's either a marker or a little bit of white paint, and it literally looks like parchment. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Hi Pauline, welcome. And then she's just added this gorgeous butterfly, which are in the stamp, so you've got a couple of butterflies in there. But this is such a simple card to make, quite a nice easy card. If I've got time, I might see if I can make that, because I really love that. And then in a completely different look altogether, we've got, let me just, a little bit out of focus. Was it my eyes? Let me just, don't move the camera, Nikky. There we go. Still a little bit out of focus, isn't it? Let's see if I can get that for you. Don't know why. There we go. That's it. So completely different style of card altogether. This is actually on a canvas, so it's quite hard. And then Jane again has used a stencil here, and if I just, can you see all that amazing texture in there? It's fabulous. It's very, very chunky, really solid. This is something that you really want to hang on your wall. And then again, she's embossed this in gold, and then just coloured it in this lovely orange and pink. Here is the Woodland Door die, which is from Christmas last year, but we've not got many of these left. So if this is a real good all year round die. You even get the little kind of closures, and it actually opens as a little keyhole and a little window and everything. You can use it lots of different ways, but I just thought that was fab. And then all this nice little chunky glitter at the bottom. So that's actually just a little note stamp. And then again, this is another one from Jane. So this is using the blooming blossoms itself. You can't really see this until you kind of show it properly. There you go. You see, she's actually really cleverly put a little piece of acetate across here. And you see there, look. So it's just proud. And then she's got the sentiment on that. And it's just such a pretty little card. You know, you could make that as part of a page, maybe. You could do lots of different things. But really, really pretty. Let's get on to some others. I don't want to take up the whole time looking at samples. But again, we've got another craft card one here. This is by Maz, I think, this one. Yeah, and this is the Blooming Blossoms again. And this is just 2 tag dies. And she's just overlapped them, but she's actually stamped it as if it's one whole stamp and it's crossed out. Just love that. Absolutely stunning. Again, using pencils here. So pencils onto craft card works so well. I'm trying to, these are all kind of pushed together into batches. So this one again is the Blooming Blossoms. Gorgeous, gorgeous tag here from Natalia. This one again embossed in gold. So I think we all have the same kind of feel for these stamps when they all got them. We've all done a lot of embossing with these, and I think it just lends itself to it. But that's gorgeous as well. We've got another one here. This is really nice. Quite a traditional card, I would say, but a nice stepper. So really nice stepper card. So you can, you know, I'm not, you know, I can't get to grips with doing all the cuts and things on a stepper. So I'm so lazy. I just can't do it. But this is a gorgeous. And just all this nice yellow and green. Again, that's another one by Maz. And that one is using the Just a Note. So there's 4 stamp sets. This one I love because it's just so bright and vibrant. So again, this is another Jane one. And this is Lovely Day. So on Lovely Day, you've got this nice big cozy. So these stamps are not really builder stamps. You can still build things with them, obviously, in mask. But all the hard work's kind of being done for you with these. So getting this nice big statement stamp that you can use for lots of different occasions. Really great for if you need to do any bereavement cards or sympathy cards or anything like that. And again, she's embossed this one in black. I think I can make that, there you go, you just get the shine there. But really vivid, bright colours on that, it's gorgeous. And the same one, just to show you completely different looks. This is what I love about crafting and stamping. Look how different they are. And then we've got this one from Nelly, and she's coloured this beautifully. So this is one whole stamp. And then she's just put a bit of textured cardstock at the back, probably an embossing folder, and added a sentiment and a little bit of doodling. So fab there. And again, the same stamp again, because this is actually one of the extra stamps that you get in the set. Let me just show you. So that's the stamp set. So this is your main big stamp. And then we've got the butterfly here, and then the smaller stamps as well. And even these, you know, these make great leaves as well. And then she's just actually layered it with the oval trellis die, which is a favourite. And my all-time favourite die that we've ever done, the Super Sprigs, because it's just so useful and versatile, just fantastic die. And again, that's another one by Jane. Jane's getting a bit of a look in here. I need to show somebody else's things, I think. Okay, so I want to show you this, because this, I love this. Natalia just does the most amazing kind of mixed media style projects. Yeah, the tags are clever, crossing them over, but look at that, how gorgeous. So basically she's just got this little embroidery hoop, and these are quite cheap when they're that size, and she's just actually put a piece of card on the back and glued it, the watercolour card. She stamped it first, and then she just layered all of these nice elements up, and just the colours she uses are just gorgeous, and all these lovely layers. But again, these stamps are really easy to cut out. Now, if you saw the shows, this is one that I did. This was actually a demo on the show. So I'm going to try and actually extract the video so that I can show you that as well. So another tag, and I won't go into that too much because I'll put it up on YouTube for you when I get around to it. But nice sort of more mixed media kind of feel to that one. Love this one. Oh no, that's wrong stamp, sorry. I'm not going to show it. We also had other products on the shows, but they actually sold out. So I'm not going to show you those because I'm not sure if we actually have any stock at all at this moment. I need to do all the orders first. So this is the same stamp set. So this one is, I can't remember now. I can't remember what this one's called. Oh, this is Thinking of You, because it's got Thinking of You in the thing. So this one was another demo I did on the show, and all I did was I just masked it and layered it, and just really, just looking at you. Your comments, love white and black, and then Pauline says, I like black and white because I'm rubbish at colouring and shading. Well, you know, we're not always, you know, sometimes it's not even just about that. Sometimes it's just that we haven't got much time, isn't it? So here's something else that I was creating. I never got to really finish this one. And actually, I might just finish it. Shall I finish it now for us? Shall I get my black pen out? Because it was nearly done. And I actually really like it. So I kind of want to keep it. So this was, ignore this. I'm going to actually show you how to do this in another demo. Hello, Angie, and hello, Kelly. Nice of you to join us. So ignore this because the Eula stamps sold out on air, and again, I'm not sure if we actually have any left. So we've delisted them right now. But I actually used that same stamp. So the same one here, the Thinking of You, I actually added on here. And all this is just a cheap journal. I think it was about £2, I think. And then I just actually added that to the top with some cardboard. And all I'm going to do, I never did this on air. Look. Oh, I've just cut through my butterfly. Didn't know that was there. Never mind. So just trim that off. Oh. Do you know, you can't even tell really. And then all I would do I think it just needs a little bit of finishing. I know, probably it didn't, but in my eyes it does. I always just feel like it just needs that little bit of an edge just to finish it off. Every time I look at that, it's been killing me that I haven't finished it. But yeah, really not, very easy. I definitely will show you this technique. We might do that next week, in case you didn't see it. So let's see some others. Got to again show you Natalia. So Natalia, she did this gorgeous box, and when I get it, she always does a box for me, and I can't wait to open them. So this is stamped and embossed in white. Again, this is what I mean about. I mean, it's a lovely box. Just love it. And I have a thing about boxes, packaging, that whole thing. And then when I opened it, this was inside, and this is just stunning. So she's actually stamped and embossed onto vellum here, just in white. A nice little wash of like greeny blue colour in the background. And again, that whole craft, isn't that stunning? Absolutely love that. I wish I had thought of making that, because I'm seriously jealous. She's very, very talented. And then let's show you something completely different. So here we've got a little heart. So this is like a little wooden heart, and just, this is just taking a section of the stamp and, again, just colouring it on straight onto it. I think something's dropped off here. Oh look, it's there. So it's a butterfly, it fell off. Sorry, Natalia. But I just love, love, love that one. And then let's see what else we've got here. Pretty much. Oh, yeah, that one as well. I need to keep that one. We've got this one. Oh, this one. This is just a really nice little card from Jay. We've very much all been on the same page and went for the whole craft card kind of feel and vibe. Oh, I've got to show you this one. This is stunning. Oh, there's a few more actually here. That I've missed. So here, this is stunning. Love this again. Another one from Natalia. I think Natalia works during the day, but that's stunning again. And she's just taken odd little flowers again and layered them up with that nice bit of inking. I love how she's just taken some of the small stamps. I don't know which one that is. She's taken a little small stamp here from somewhere. I don't know what that's from. It must be from here. Oh, is it from here? It's from the Blooming Blossoms anyway. So I love that, how she's just inked all of that. Yeah, I need to carve out a few hours to play as well. This one is stunning as well. Who's made this? This is another one from Maz. Love this one. Again, craft. These stamps, you can see you don't actually need to do a lot with them, because they're just really pretty in their own right, and they kind of do the work for you almost. So all you need to do, who was it saying about not being able to colour? Just colour with your inks with these. This is what's happened here pretty much. And she's just used a stencil in the background. That's the Distressed Trellis stencil in the background. I think we've still got that in stock, but again, gorgeous. And I think if you ever, when you add browns and craft card, I think it really kind of takes your project into that whole, it kind of takes, to me, it takes it up a step, and it makes it look more creative, just because you've gone with that real natural handmade look. This is stunning. This is another one from Jay. So again, embossed in gold look. And again, she's coloured that beautifully. And then she's actually used, this is the, we do have this in stock. It's the Sprigs, a Christmas sprig die. And I don't know if that's one of ours. Oh yeah, it is one of ours. Look what she's done. That's clever. So look, that's the, do you know, I didn't even notice. Look what she's done. So that's the negative of this die here. So it's the negative. Do you know, Jane, you're so clever. She really is. So love that one. Got a couple more to show. I'll show you something completely different. So if you love colouring with your markers, this one's been done with markers. And I'll show you this one as well. This is another Natalia one. So she's done a concertina. Oh no, I can't show you that. That's not from that set. Do excuse me. I told you they were all mixed up. Who's done this one? Here's a nice one. So this is in much brighter colours. So this is done with markers and actually just offsetting everything off the page and then just adding the extra bits and pieces on. So we're gonna get to it. I think we need to make a start. So I always like to show you all the samples because the girls work so hard, and I like to talk you through some of them because sometimes when we're on TV you don't always get to see it. So I'm going to actually start with a demonstration, and this is actually inspired by Natalia. So Nat, thank you for giving me the idea for this. I'm stealing your demo, but I just love this. It's such a simple card to do, but it was so effective. I just absolutely loved it. So I'm using the Just a Little Note stamp. Now these are quite big stamps. You're going to need a good, these are 3-inch blocks, and we do have, if you don't have any big stamp blocks, we have these in the store. These are nice thin ones, so they're not too heavy in your hand. So I'm going to use one of these, and I'm going to use, I've just re-inked my archival ink pad, so I'm hoping that it's going to work. Oh yeah, nice and juicy. So I want it to, I'm just going to do it in black. This is a super quick card, and I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to do it exactly as Natalia did it. So I'm just going to stamp it there. And my tip is, if you are using a craft card, I should maybe use my stamping platform with my wrist. Excuse me if I don't stamp very well. Hopefully, yeah, I thought so. Let me just get my stamping platform, because that's going to annoy me. Oh, I don't have it with me. I'll try it again. It's the ink's fault. Let me grab a different ink pad. Where's it gone? Bear with me, sorry guys. It's not the stamp, it's the user error, because I can't put any pressure on my wrist, on my fingers. Okay, so let's start again. I've got a bit of a juicy ink pad, and that was what I was just about to say. When you're stamping onto craft card, make sure your ink pad is nice and juicy, otherwise that happens and you don't get a good impression. So let's try again. And what I'm going to do this time, this is a little tip for you. If you don't have a stamping press, because we don't all have them, I have one, and like I say, I don't really use it. I'm not a big fan, to be honest. So I actually, if I've got a big stamp, because it is worse with a big stamp as well, you know, I just press down, turn it over if you can. Just make sure you don't let go of it, and then just press down, and that should give you a better image. There you go. That's a bit better. Just wanted to show you that it's user error and not actually the stamp itself. So I've got a bit of scrap watercolour card here, and I'm going to use the butterfly, which is from the Hello Lovely Day set. So there's a couple of different butterflies, but I want to use this one. Oop. Oh, I'm in more fingers and thumbs. Okay, so let's. I'm going to get on cutting this out, and I've thought about that, but never mind. Okay. So I'm using VersaFine ink now, and I've not even bothered getting anything out to colour with. I told you I was all over the place. I'll be back in a jiffy. There's a little bit of water going on. Okay, so I'm going to use my mustard seed distress ink here. Is that mustard seed? It doesn't look like it. No, I didn't think so. It's all going right today. Picked raspberry with a yellow lid on it. Oh my god! There it is. Oh no, that's not the right one. There it is. Let's swap them over, shall we? It's a good job I noticed it looked very pink. Not that it really mattered, but... So I'm going to get my ink from right down in the ink pad here, and this looks a bit dry. Let's get a bit of water. In fact, I'm going to just... So this is another little tip. So it's a little bit dry, the ink pad, so I'm going to actually just put a bit on my surface and do it this way instead. Stop faffing around. Help me get a bit of a better colour. And for years, I've told you that I hate yellow. I'm really into yellow lately. I love it. I can't get enough yellow. I don't know what's going on. What's wrong with me, guys? It's bizarre. Bizarre, I tell you. Okay, and then I'm going to just use a little bit of vintage photo just so that we can add a little. It's not easy colouring with this. I tell you, I'm having to. This is when using a paintbrush, it's good though, because it doesn't put as much stress on your hands as pencils I can't use anymore. All those years of showing you how to colour. And I want a little bit more, put a little bit more brown. A little bit of brown in there. But yeah, I'm not actually really putting any great pressure on there. So hoping, I don't know if I'll be able to cut this out. Let's try. I really didn't think this through, did I? Okay. Bear with. This is where the old knowing how to cut properly comes in. So to cut properly, I'm not doing anything with my hand here. Ooh, she says that was a bit of a pain. I'm actually just leaving the scissors, and all I'm doing is pushing the scissors up and down, and then I'm actually twisting the paper into the scissors. So the scissors are doing all of the work along with my left hand, not my right hand. So that's how I'm able to do that, because if I wasn't doing it that way and I was actually twisting my hand, if you can see my hand, this hand isn't moving at all, but my left hand is moving all over the place. So, and then I go back in, what I do is I kind of cut bits, so I Well, I don't know what happened there. I do apologise. I've no idea what that was. Looks like it was part of an old stream that came back to haunt me or something. Just loading the messages. Yes, the team are very talented. Thank you, ladies. They never get enough recognition or thanks. So this looks much darker on the screen than it actually is in real life. I think it just looks, it's not that dark. But what we can do, I don't know if this will work or not, but we'll give it a whirl. So I'm going to get my water here, and I'm going to come in and actually wet this. I don't think it'll work. No, it's not going to. But anyway, we're going to actually make these a nice sepia. So I've kind of changed tack on what I was going to do, to be honest. But now, because I've inked them and then adding the water, it's an easy cheats way to actually colour. And I think what I might do is just get a bit more of that yellow. See what happens if we actually add a bit of yellow into some of the leaves. Because it's going to still, yellow and brown obviously is going to still be a brown, but it's going to come out a slightly different tone. I don't think you can see that. Okay. So I want to, this is where I'm going to come unstuck. I really, okay, so this is Dr. Phil Martin's, PH Martin's bleed proof white paint. Okay, what's happened here then? Okay, it's all dried up by the look of it. I don't have no idea whether this will work, but clearly I'm not going to use that. I don't think that's actually a water-based paint anyway. I'm sure this happens to you guys, so that's what happens when you don't use something for a long time. I'm going to just leave that. It's crystallised, which is very weird. I've never known that happen before to a paint. It's obviously got something weird in it. I'm going to just leave that. We won't be using that today. It's all going well, isn't it? Going well. Camera were flipped off. Nikki's broken her hand. Well, I haven't broken it, but messed up my painting there. My paint's dried up. What else can I use? Oh my goodness. It's boiling hot in here. I need to sit down. I feel like I'm going to faint. It's that hot. Oh. Okay. I love the live streams. Right, I've got my Posca pen. So this is number 2. Let's have another go. So we're going to just dot some paint on there. Because basically it's a paint pen. I need a cloth. And just for the record, these are actually biodegradable wipes. And what I'm going to do here is, we're going to just gently add a little bit. Let's water that down. I really should have thought about this a little bit more. So we're going to just paint a little bit, and it'll just lighten up where those brown areas were. I've overdone it a bit there. I like it when things go wrong, because then I get to show you how to try and fix it. So we can go a little bit more white in the middle, maybe. And look, if you think it's too much, get a baby wipe, and we can wipe that off a little bit. We'll be able to get rid of a bit of that. obviously I'm layering it. So let's just do some little flicks, and this might actually end up looking a bit like Maz's card, the one, the really nice tag we showed. Was it a card, a tag we showed? I showed you right at the beginning. So Maz, I'm stealing your idea from you for that. So where I've overdone it, let's try and pull that back a little bit without doing too much. I think because I've already put a layer of paint on, it's actually sticking on there quite well. This is not what I was going to do at all. Okay, that actually looks a little bit rubbish. I cannot lie and tell you it looks great here, because it doesn't. Let's okay, and I've got paint all over me now because it's gone everywhere. Let's do let me think. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. This is how we're gonna fix what we've done. I've lost everything now, guys. Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Right, so I'm gonna stamp this again, and all I want is the flowers, really. I think. Card. Oh no, I'm gonna have to cut these out again. I really don't want to do this. Let me go. Sorry, guys. Bear with. I need some more. Oh, it's there. I've got some more craft card. I'm going to start from scratch. I don't like what's happened. Where's my thing? I'm so disorganised. I'm sorry. I'm blaming my sugar rush this morning. Okay, right. Let's have number 3. Blame my hand. Let's blame my hand and the sugar. And now I'm about to stamp on some of that. Oh, God, honestly. It's good to see boo-boos. It's a bit more of a boo-boo. Does the glove help me? Well, to be quite honest, I only got this yesterday. I think what's setting me off is the long drive to and from Create and Craft, because it's a good 2.5-3 hours each way, and I think I'm gripping the steering wheel when I'm too much. And it happened last time we had a show back in May, and obviously it's done it again. I'm going to just turn that over again, and I was really careful this time not to do it, but it flares up a couple of days after the show. So kind of like the day and the day after it's fine, but a couple of days after it keeps flaring up. I am quite concerned that I might be getting arthritis, and I do blame years and years of colouring for it, quite honestly. So I bought this yesterday on Amazon. It was quite expensive, but it's a doctor built one. I've got white paint all over it already. Might know, look. And it's just to show you it. It's very solid. It's a bit like it's not quite a carpal tunnel one, because I used to have one of those and it went right up. Oh, it used to be agony. But this one, just to show you, can't even open that. My thumb. It's actually all in my thumb down here. So my thumb's all swollen here, and it goes all the way up to my elbow. But you can actually move this so you can bend it as well and make it fit. It's a little. I got the extra large one, and it's a little bit big, but I quite like it because I can release it, and then it's because sometimes if it's too tight, it can become quite painful, but it's just providing some stability and stopping me from using my thumb, which is what my issue is. So like I say, I have had a carpal tunnel splint sleeve before, and I didn't really get on that great with that. That's a few years since I had that, and I actually got rid of it because I didn't really like it. Right, what we're going to do, so I hope that's helped you, Alison. Is definitely, to me, it's definitely worth a try. I think if you're struggling, have a go with it. It was £20, I think, on Amazon, something like that. But there's a lot of them around. I did actually, the day before, I'd got a different one, and it was just a load of rubbish. So you're better off just paying a little bit more, I think. So I'm just going to run my ink around and use it just like it's a bit of a pain. And it might give us a bit... I think I'm struggling to blend, to be honest. So, sorry, it's been a bit of a... I feel like this has been a bit of a washout today. But anyway, I'm still going to take this and just blend a little bit of ink. But this time I'm going to just smush that off onto my mat so I don't get too much. And I'm using my thing's way too big. Which is part... Oh. My... use the right tool for the job, basically, is what I'm saying, because that's way too big. And I'm trying not to over ink as well, like I did before. And where I've just wet, that's going to actually pick up a little bit more ink anyway. So, it's still not come out how I wanted. It's definitely me that's at fault here. I'm going to show you what Natalia did. Hers was really nice. What I am going to do is I'm going to actually take my white pen, and we're just going to add... I wonder if... Can we splash? Oh, we can, look. Look, my white pen will actually splash. I don't want a lot on there. Just going to leave that as it is. And then I'm going to just grab my butterfly. In fact, actually, just before I do that. Oh, guys. Sorry, seems like it's really hard going. I think my ink pad needs replenishing as well. So I'm going to just ink around my edges a little bit. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit of a struggle doing this. I definitely can't do it left-handed, but I just want to ink. Oh, look, I'm so cack-handed. I'm sorry. Oh, blend that back. I'm catching the ink. Just blend it back in. Oh, you'll know it was there. I'll go back over with my pen in a second. So look, where I've done on there, let's just hide that a little bit. Nobody's really going to notice. It's not what I would want it to be. Natalia, I'm sorry, I've really not done you justice. Okay. God, doing everything left-handed is not great. So the idea is then that the butterfly is going to just sit there like that. And the yellow on the brown, I think, just looks gorgeous. And then I am going to need to get rid of this ink. Just get rid of all this. And it's only certain things that are hurting my hand. Some things I'm okay with. It just depends on what you're doing and how you catch it. Get rid of that. And I'm just going to dab that to dry it off, because I'm going to get it everywhere if I don't. I want to what's wrong here is that we need some smaller dots of white. I'm just gonna bring my Secura pen in and just, I don't know where my other Posca is. I've got a smaller one as well. That ain't working either. I'm giving up, everything's not working. So all I think we'll do is let's just, I can't even do that properly. So look, where we're doodling here, just a few little dots. Actually, it's good job Chris isn't here, he'd be laughing at me. I just really wanted to craft with you today. I was gonna, like I say, I was gonna not do it, and then I thought, oh no, I'll carry on. The Queen would still be there, bless her. She could hardly stand up, could she, bless her? So I think the least I can do is... Okay, so that's my version. Not very good, but you get the picture. You can do a better one. This is Natalia's, which is really lovely. And actually what she's done is she's flicked some gold paint on there as well, which really makes it stand out. I think actually her craft card is nicer than mine. I think it works better on the lighter craft stock as well. But you can see there what I was aiming for. So she's coloured the centres here, and it looks much nicer with just a few little spots of that white. It just, because that paint had dried up, I didn't have my white paint with me. So anyway, you get the idea. So Natalia's was a lot nicer. So thanks for that, Natalia. So with the way my hand is, I don't think I'm going to carry on, ladies. I think I've inflicted enough on you today, because I have a feeling that what I was going to do next, well, I'm not going to be able to do it, to be honest. I didn't really think about it. It's got a lot of colouring on it. Well, I might do. Actually, no, I am going to do it. I am. It'll be fine. We're going to paint. So this is just going to be quite this is going to be quite quick. And actually it was the same stamp, so I don't want to use that stamp again. Let's use a different one. We'll do something slightly different, shall we? Let's use this one. I love this one. I think this is my favourite, Thinking of You. So let's use this one. So I'm going to use my VersaFine again because it's nice and juicy and I can't press very hard. And I'm going to use it just along this side here. And you don't always, I want to make something nice and clean and simple, because you don't always need to, you know, kind of go all out. You know, it's nice, but sometimes I get a bit carried away. And then there's another little butterfly. Where's it gone? Got another little butterfly somewhere on one of the stamp sets. It's a little bit smaller than that one. Where's it gone? Okay, maybe not. Anyway, what we'll use then is we'll use this one. It's probably still on a block. So this is actually, have I stopped? Oh my goodness. If you can still hear me. Can you still hear me, everyone? I think we must be having internet issues today. Oh, the battery's run out, that's why. What? It really is not a good day, is it? So, good job I have a backup plan. Can you all still hear me? Yeah. Hey, sorry. Wow, I did actually charge that. I think it might have decharged itself. I think it'd been on charge for a week. Okay, you didn't miss anything. Good job I looked up then at that point, wasn't it? So this is actually another flower, but I'm going to use this as a butterfly because we can. And what I want to do is we're going to just make that butterfly sit on the edge of this flower, just right on the point of that flower there. And then what we're going to do, where's my black pen gone? We're just going to get a marker and we're just going to draw a little body in like that. And then at the end, I'll draw some antenna on it. But I don't want to do it now because I might make it bleed. So, not the butterfly, but I might make the colour bleed. So, I'm going to just use two colours here. So, we'll have a bit of pink and a bit of yellow. So, mustard yellow and peach raspberry. Just because they're the colours I've actually got here. So, I will need to get some others though. So, let's have some nice yellow, little pops of yellow in the centres. And I think again we'll have a nice yellow butterfly this time. And now there's a couple of different ways of doing your watercolouring. So a nice way, the way that I never actually do it at the first time round, and then I put paint on, and then I think I don't want to do it like that. The nicest way to watercolour is to actually wet the paper first, and then when you actually pick up your paint, you can actually place your paint or your ink where you want it to go. Look, you see how it's just working on its own and flooding into those areas. And to an extent, the more colour you have, the more water you have, kind of the better result is. So, and it just will always look gorgeous because it's finding its own way and reacting with water perfectly. And you can never, even an accomplished watercolorist will never get a result as nice. Well, in my opinion anyway, it'll never turn out as nice as it does if you let the water just do its magic. And always add your colour at the base of your flower. But here we're going to actually mix this. I've not got much. I've only got a little mouthful of water in my thing. Hands up anyone that's ever drunk their watercolouring water by mistake. Yeah, me. That'd be me. You know, when you go to have a drink and you pick the wrong glass. That's me. Done that a million times. And all you're doing is you're actually just putting a suggestion of colour in there. So you can leave lots of white. So anyone that you know kind of says I can't colour, then you need to try watercolours. Seriously need to try your watercolours. Just going to grab another pad. I'm going to just grab a green. And if you're not really massively into your ink pads and you want to know which colours I love, this is my favourite ever ink pad palette. So mustard seed, twisted citron, picked raspberry and peacock feathers. And these colours are just the colours that I go to all the time. I'm just going to put a bit more water in my thing because it's all gone all yellow. So now this green is very pale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mix my colours. So look, we can, you know, these are water based, so we can do what we want with them. And I don't want a really bright bright green. So I'm just going to add some water into my leaves. And it's always, I started doing it again then. I was going the wrong way and actually adding the colour to the paper without adding the water first, and it never works as nice. It's just never as nice. And then just go back over and just add, like, you can have, you know, blue in your leaves. It's so relaxing. Did I see someone say there they were going to start watercolouring? Yes, you do, Pauline. You definitely do. What I would say with your watercolours, though, try and, I'm not saying you've got to buy the most expensive ones. In fact, I've got a really good tip for you here. Right, this is a really inexpensive way to start watercolouring. If you've never tried watercolours before, this is the most inexpensive way I can think of for you to get really nice quality ones at a really good price and be able to have lots of colours to play with. I didn't plan this. So this is called, these paints are from Daniel Smith. Now these are some of the finest watercolour paints in the world. We have this in stock. It's a sheet, it's a piece of watercolour cardstock, and what they've done is they've actually added blobs of paint onto these cards. Now you can get this one, this is about £10 I think, something like that, or you can get these little watercolour cards, and these come with lots and lots of sheets. I know I've shown a lot of you have seen these before, but not everybody has. And you've got blobs on here again. Now it looks like it's really expensive, but watercolours can be very expensive to buy, really expensive. Even the cheapest ones, you're probably going to be looking at, probably, to me, what I would call children's watercolours, which are no good because they've got no pigment in them, and you won't get a good result with them. So really, if you're going to buy watercolours as a palette, you need to be finding a palette that's really over £20, and even then they're pretty cheap and probably won't be that great. I can go on here, I just want to show you, and I can pick up the colour off here. I swear that these colours, I've been using these for ages and ages. Let me find one that I like. What do I need there? Let's have a bit of purple. Imperial. Oh no, I've got wisteria there. This is actually this is a pearlescent one. And I want to just show you how far the ink goes. Look how far the ink, the actual paint goes. That was just the tip of my brush. These go such a long way, and if you've never used watercolours before and you really want to give them a try these, because it's just a really cheap way. Imagine there's 66 colours on here to try out. You've got pearlescent ones here, and these are even more expensive. If you buy these as a tube, they're about £15 a tube, something like that. It's ridiculous how expensive they are, but it's because they're so highly pigmented. So I've got a green in here somewhere there, and you use this as your palette. So you just keep coming back to your palette, and you will absolutely love these. You see how it's putting a different, giving me a slightly different tone, but you can see how little of this paint I'm actually using. Look, I'm not going back for any more. So if you want to try watercolours, I think that's got to be one of your most affordable ways of doing it. So they're called Daniel Smith. We do have them on the website. Just look for Daniel Smith. And I honestly think you will love them. And I think it's a really good way to try them out without heavily investing in a load of products that you might not ever use, because you might decide you don't like it. And, you know, that would be such a shame. But it's understandable, you know, we don't all always get on with everything. Now, I'm just going to mix a couple of colours here. So, a nice little bit of orange just into some of these flowers, and it just adds a third colour. I like to always have a third colour in what I'm doing. So I like to have 3 colours in my leaves and 3 colours in anywhere else. So I'm just going to now, I'm going to just put a bit of water around here, and actually we're going to splash a bit of water. Just don't want to do too much. And then what I'm going to do, I want a bit more ink there. Just gone a bit there. So I'm just using this as a mix, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drip my ink into where I've actually wet the paper. A few little dots there. Okay. You can move it around if you want to. You don't need to. You don't need to do anything fancy with that at all. And then just get a cloth or a wipe or something like that, and I'm just going to dry that back. It goes so light, but it makes, I've got a big ink splodge in the middle, look. It makes such a nice little background. And then what we can do, I like to do this because I find it gives you quite a bit more impact. I'm going to just go in and almost create kind of like a shadow, but I only want it around this base bit, so go a bit darker down in this corner, I think. And then all I'm going to do here, I'm just going to blend that out a bit more. So it's very controlled how much paint we've put down there. I missed a bit there, so let's just do a little bit around there. And it is my favourite medium to colour with, by far. And then all we need to do here, I need to have a sentiment on here of some kind. Let's go. I think all my sentiments are somewhere else. I think they're all on my acrylic blocks somewhere. I did have them somewhere. Don't know what I've done with them. I don't know. So, I have here, gosh, I'm getting really mixed up and confused with what I'm doing. Okay, so if anyone was watching the shows, you would have seen me use a masking film. And what the masking film does, basically, oh, let me find it, where is it? So you can get this, it's called Frisk. There's lots of different masking films out there, but this is a professional one that artists use. This is awesome. So basically what it is it's a clear film on a piece of backing paper, and you just basically stamp onto it, you cut it out, you can cut it out on a machine if you want to, and then we can create our own masks. I just need to get a pokey tool. So I've got some here that I've already done, and I'm actually keeping these on my stamp block, on my stamp acetate. And it's very sticky, but it's also repositionable. Now it will tear, so you do need to, because it's very, very thin, so you need to be quite gentle with it. So it's better to sort of tease it off with your pokey tool. I've torn it there. You can still use it if you tear it, but kind of does have an infinite life. I don't know how many times you would get to use it. I tend to reuse mine, quite a few times, and then it gets so filthy I kind of get annoyed with it anyway, so I kind of want to do another one. I hand cut these, but next time I'm going to put it, because I didn't have a lot of time, but next time I will actually do it on my machine. So what we do then is, it's just like us using a post-it note, but it's better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that over the top of here. Just gonna, I don't need to do it too hard, but you literally can barely see it when you've done it. Now, I don't have a piece for my little thingy here. So what I'm going to do, just to save me, I'm going to just put my stamp on there. And then what I'm going to do, I've got here Salvage Patina Oxide Spray. And I just want to do a tiny little spritz, not too much though. And I'm actually going to soften that back, and I'm going to show you in a second the effect that that's had, because it just looks awesome. So I've protected my butterfly there, and then I can lift this back off now, and I can reuse that again another time. So where's my, yeah, I don't have any of my sentiments. They were on blocks. I saw, oh, here they are. I knew I'd seen them somewhere. So let's use this one, just a little note. In fact, no, let's have, I use lovely all the time. I call everyone lovely. So we'll have, I'm going to cover up that little Dewberry mistake that I made, or I had that bit of ink. So we'll have hello lovely. And then you can send that wherever you want it to go. And that's pretty much it. So can you see how using the Salvage Patina has given us that nice dappley kind of effect? And obviously if we went back in then and splashed a bit more water, where's my paintbrush gone? There. So we could, if we wanted to, because this is the great thing about using it. If you don't know what an oxide ink does differently to a normal distress ink, it basically gives you lots of different effects, and you can pull, if you wet it, it'll pull the ink back out. Now you can do that anyway with normal, you need to kind of let it sit a little bit. It's a bit pale, you're not going to see it anyway. I can see it, but you're not going to. It's very, very subtle. But there you go. So it's just like a nice, pretty card. Tell you what we need to do. We need to add our antennae, don't we? Because otherwise that looks like a flower on there. So let's just add our little antennae. And if we wanted to, we could maybe just add a few dots so it actually does look like it's a butterfly on there. So super pretty. Yes, it is much better than post-it notes because it's so, look how fragile it is. It's very, very thin. It's literally the thinnest film you can think of. When you're inking, you need to ink with a, if you're going to stamp on it, stamp with a StazOn or an archival because it will smudge. But you can cut it out with your machine. You'll need to use a sticker sheet setting, which will be really, really low. It'll be like a low speed, low force, you know, like probably on a blade #1 on your cutting machine. But yeah, that's basically it. So I hope all my goof ups today weren't too terrible. I'm gonna switch over. Hello, I'm back. So thanks for bearing with me. That was a bit rubbish, wasn't it? But never mind. So just in better light, because I think that overhead camera light isn't great. So that's the finished one there. You can see all that nice speckling on there. Yeah, the white does bring it to life. I'm a big white pen or white paint user. And then that was, oh no, I don't even want to show that, it's not very good, but that was Natalia's, which was just absolutely lovely. So that's it from me today. So thank you for joining me. As I said, check out the video of the demo. Oh, and I did find a card. Where was it? Okay, so it's this card. So it's not all as it seems on here. So if you want to see how, if you've already seen it, fine. But if you didn't see me do this on TV, go to the front page of the website and you'll see the video, the edited video for this, or on YouTube as well, it's on there, or check your emails if you're in the newsletter. But I showed you how to do that. So thank you so much. Don't forget, if you haven't got these stamps, they're on a really good deal, but it's only for a really short period. We're nearly sold out. We haven't got many left, and it won't be coming back. So literally, as soon as it's gone, it's gone. I think everything else from the show is pretty much gone. We had Ula on there, Ula stamps. So if you're an Ula lover, but you've only ever had the digits and you wish they were in clear stamps so you can do mixed media, you need to watch out for those. There might be one or two left, but we're having to make sure we pack all the orders first. And there was a couple of other deals on there as well which sold out. So again, next week they should, hopefully, if there's any stock, we'll make those reappear on the website again for you and do some good deals. So thank you so much for joining me. It's absolutely boiling. I can't tell you how warm it is in here. I feel like I'm going to pass out. Thank you about my hand. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's getting better every day. It's like been about a week now, so it should be better. Hopefully by a week. It needs to go because I need to get drawing. So I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed with it. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's a pleasure as always. And I will see you next week. If you've got any questions in the meantime, don't forget to just drop me a message on the Facebook page or the group. And I always check all the messages and stuff. So anything you want me to answer for next week, let me know and I will try and pick it up for you. So have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.